In this video, we'll see the same arguments that Jimmy Dore made, except this time they'll be coming from Chris Hedges, a respectable Pulitzer Prize winner who was a foreign correspondent for the New York Times for 15 years. His books include Death of the Liberal Class, Days of Destruction, Days of Revolt, and America, The Farewell Tour. As we've already seen, Chomsky's position is that the left has more chances of influencing Joe Biden because Joe Biden actually has a plan for climate change which can have short-term and long-term effects. Biden may also renew nuclear treaties that the Trump administration has refused to renew. These treaties provide long-term protection against nuclear war. Biden has a plan for coronavirus, which would help the economy. He has a plan to forgive a certain amount of student loan debt. His health plan is better than Obamacare. And he is willing to stop supporting the Saudi destruction of Yemen. All of this can have long-term effects, but it is up to people to pressure Biden to follow up on these promises. And yet Chris Hedges does not see any long-term benefits in Trump exiting the White House. The main reason being that the Democrats are moving to the right and have betrayed the working class.
And so that's the problem. So if you look at it in the short term, would Biden be better than Trump? Yeah. But the fact is the mess we've gotten into is because progressives and the left didn't stand with the working class as it was being decimated. And that working class found its voice in a demagogue like Trump. And that isn't going to change. I mean, Trump is the symptom. Trump is not the disease.
Chomsky is not denying that the Democratic Party has shifted to the right.
There used to be a kind of a quip that the United States was a one-party state with a business party that had two factions, the Democrats and Republicans. And that was pretty accurate, but it's not anymore. The U.S. is still a one-party state, the business party, but there's only one faction, and it's not Democrats, it's moderate Republicans. Today's Democrats have shifted to the right.
But if the Democrats have become that bad, where did the Republicans go?
Norman Ornstein of the American Enterprise Institute, very right-wing foundation, is maybe the most respected political analyst on the right. He simply describes the Republican Party today as what he calls a radical insurgency. That is, doesn't care about fact, doesn't care about argument, it doesn't want to participate in politics, and is simply off the spectrum. Well, that's what's happened.
Chomsky agrees that the left did not do enough when Obama was president because Obama was a better manipulator. Biden, however, is not fooling anyone. He is already responding to popular pressure by moving his campaign platform to the left.
We're faced with a situation in which we have a Democratic Party candidate who has a very ugly history, but is moving significantly to the left. And not because it's his choice, but because of the constant activism and pressure, partly from the Sanders campaign, partly from other activist campaigns. It is an administration which is, you look at the party program, to the left of any preceding Democratic Party program, susceptible to pressure. And that pressure can continue. The alternative is a Trump administration, which is rock solid, opposed to, and will totally block any possible popular pressure to the left. Okay. Furthermore, and overwhelmingly significant, the Trump administration is dedicated to the destruction of human society on Earth within a short time. That is the precise meaning of his environmental policies. Okay? I want to mince words. That's exactly what they mean. That's absolutely not true of anything on the Democratic side. Not great by any means, but nowhere near that. That's an enormous difference.
Hedges agrees that Democrats are not as crazy as Republicans. Regarding coronavirus, Hedges was asked what the difference would be between Trump and Hillary Clinton if she had won in 2016. His response was that it would have been very different. Better, obviously. but why wouldn't a person like Hedges at least want people to vote for Biden in swing states? His answer is simple. He believes voting for Biden is the most practical choice, but he doesn't care.
You made the case that Trump will be more damaging.
Sure, but I am not voting for Biden. I haven't voted for Democrats since 2000. A lot of it's personal. I spent months of my life in Gaza. I am not voting for anybody who arms and funds the apartheid state of Israel. I have taught in the prisons for 10 years. I have very close relationships with my students and their families whose lives were devastated because of Joe Biden and Bill Clinton and the Democratic Party. And my loyalty is to them. I suppose it's not practical, but I don't really care.
Other than his own self-expression, he does share some practical reasons why Biden isn't better than Trump. He says the militarized police that terrorize people in poor neighborhoods aren't going away. The endless wars, they're not going to end. And the prison system will remain. Essentially, Hedges believes we're doomed, and it's not worth trying, because it won't work. Hedges admits Trump would be worse than Biden, but he doesn't see Biden as the solution to structural problems. The only solution in his mind is to fundamentally change the nature of our institutions.
I think we have to destroy the system. We have to break it down through nonviolence, through mass civil disobedience, and getting too caught up in the parlor games of Biden or Trump. This is the point. I don't want to see Trump win. I'm going to be honest. I find the guy I never thought I'd look back with nostalgia towards George W. Bush. At least he was also an idiot, but at least he was managed. But at the same time, I'm not playing their game. I haven't played their game, and I'm not going to play it.
There's two problems here. One, he didn't want Trump to win because Trump is the bigger evil. But he chose not to vote for Biden because voting for Democrats would be the same as betraying the people who suffered under Democratic presidencies. And he presumably would sleep better at night by taking no action whatsoever, even if that meant a victory for Trump and more suffering for the people he cares most about. And two, when it comes to solving systemic issues, the long-term solution that Hedges offers is the same solution that Chomsky offers. Grassroots activism can rebuild our institutions with nonviolent civil disobedience, and at the same time, they can increase their chances of success by voting for the lesser evil. Chomsky voted for Biden because he lives in a swing state, and because Biden has already been pressured to accept a more progressive platform, more progressive than Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Trump will not listen to anyone, but with Biden in office, there's at least a possibility.
You can't be sure it's going to work, but it has worked with people like Nixon, Reagan, Lyndon Johnson, Kennedy. Roosevelt almost pleaded for it. He said, "I can't get anything through until you guys make a lot of noise."
Make me do it.
Yeah.
The A. Philip Randolph anecdote.
Yeah.
Make me do it.
Yeah.
Take over.
So Chomsky and Hedges have the same solution: take over. Nonviolent civil disobedience has worked in the past. For some reason, however, Hedges believes he disagrees with Chomsky.
And so the danger, and Noam is not doing this, but the danger with reducing it to who do you vote for is to personalize a dysfunctional political system. And I have two disagreements with Noam, and one is on this mantra of the least worst, which just frankly hasn't worked.
In fact, Hedges does not disagree with Chomsky because he hasn't articulated Chomsky's position correctly. Chomsky constantly talks about the need for grassroots movements, while Hedges appears to be guided by his personal emotions. Hedges lacks the practical political strategy to achieve what he claims he would like to see happen.